Hello Aries, welcome to this reading. We are going to be taking a look at the energies and predictions for the sign of Aries for the month of September. Now do keep in mind that this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Aries, let's go ahead and see what we have going forward for you here as we roll into this brand new month of September 2025. Do hope your month of August was amazing, and I hope September is even better. We'll go ahead and get all the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. Now, one thing to note, we do have the second series of eclipses that is happening here in September. The first one is on the 7th of September. The second one is on the 21st. So, eclipses are usually pretty big times of the year, certainly in terms of the astrology, and they play out over a longer time horizon, over like 6 to 12 months. All right. I think that's looking just about good enough to me. Just throwing that out there for you so you can put that on your radar, Aries. Energy on the bottom. You do have the Nine of Wands. So the Nine of Wands, during this month here, some of you feel like you're so ready to complete something. Okay, there's something that is coming to a close, but it's not yet finished. Here, let me take a look at what else we have. Yeah, I'm not sure that the story or the cycle is completely closing out for you here. Because the Nine of Wands, this obviously it comes right before the 10, and 10s in tarot represent completions. But this person here, they're basically at the finish line, and the idea is that they're weary, they're tired from the battle. You can see the bandages on them, but despite all of that, the message is for you to keep moving forward. This is a card where you are really called on to not give up. Don't throw in the towel, when you get the Nine of Wands. It's a card that asks you to dig in, as you see this person doing, and, push forward. Push forward. And I do actually see that here for you. I have this energy in this reading around forward momentum, for sure. So I like that for you. We actually start off the reading with this idea here of forward momentum. You do have some things here that are coming up for review, like in terms of, does this person or habit or situation fit for me? Is this person or habit or situation propelling me or helping me in my growth at this time? Or is this something that I have to let go of? You do have a situation like that that's sort of cropping up here in the month, but it's nothing to be super concerned about based on this reading. And yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. And right away in the middle, we do have the Chariot here, which is this idea of forward momentum. The Chariot is all about kind of driving forward, as you see this person doing in their chariot, towards victory, towards success. Kind of the phrase I'm feeling as I look at this card is this idea of like a true north, right? A true north. Where is your true north, Aries, at this time? Okay? Because the cards here, the messages are saying that you want to be guided towards true north for you, at this time. And what the Chariot is also referring to is this concept of as above, so below. The energy and the choices and the actions that we put out there really are reflected back to us. They are really important. So, when you get the Chariot in a reading, it is generally a very good sign of success and victory and triumph. And, a lot of people have been getting this in this month ahead. So I like this for you, but I especially like it because it's combined here with this Nine of Wands, which, this person is needing this final push. This person's needing this final push, which is you in this case, right? This is you. So I do think that the worst thing that you could do at this time, during this month is, what is that phrase? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't give up on whatever this is. So let's move forward here. In the first column, you have the Devil, the Four of Wands, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, so there may be a work situation here that is a little bit stressful for you at this time. There may also be an interpersonal relationship here that is a little stressful here as well. Interestingly enough, we only see one court card, which is the Knight of Pentacles. So the reason I say interpersonal relationship is the Four of Wands here is this is a card of ceremonies and celebrations. The two people here on the card just got married, right? So this is a card of, traditional marriage, but everything that goes along with it, right? If you just, obviously, when you get this, it doesn't mean everybody watching is getting married. But if you think about like a wedding day is like harmony, right? Laughter, joy, strong emotions, good time, celebratory energy. These sorts of things can come forward when you have the Four of Wands. Now, this is also a card of stability, but the reason I say the reason I say maybe there's something like in terms of the interpersonal relationships here is because of the devil, right? The devil is here with the Four of Wands and the Seven of Wands, because the devil is an energy of toxicity. The devil is also a card where some of you may feel a sense of entrapment as it connects to another person or even a situation, okay, as well. And this is also, this can be a toxic person. This can be somebody who like tries to keep you under their thumb, so to speak. In its strongest form, this could be an abuse of power, this sort of thing, in the most negative form of the devil, really. As an aspect of yourself here, and so not only could it be a personal relationship, but it could also be work. I said work as well because wands connect to work. Okay, so there may be something a little dicey going on in one of those two areas for you here at this time, and this may be this month here. This is like really a time for boundaries, for drawing your line in the sand, and for saying these are my terms, or this is how I feel, and this is what I'm doing. Because the Five of Wands is also a card of setting boundaries, and in addition to the Nine of Wands as well, and also fending off competition. We're having to deal with some competition here, standing your ground. That is what the Seven of Wands is all about. So you do have this energy. You do have this like solidity. Okay, it's almost like I see that you are like very much rooted. Okay, I kind of see you in one of these stances here. You see they're kind of in a very strong stance on the Seven of Wands person and then the Nine of Wands person, like an athletic stance, so to speak. Like they're ready to dig in and handle whatever's in front of them. That type of energy is kind of what I'm feeling for you. And despite that, you do have this devil energy. So there are a couple, so I think that there is something that you are in one of those areas you are absolutely dealing with in this month, but you have a really nice kind of outcome here. You have a diagonal, which is a direction that you are headed in life. You have another diagonal here as well. So let's go ahead and break this down even further. You have the Knight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Nine of Swords. Okay, so I really wanted to point out that the Devil card's really sticking out to me, okay? You have very good cards here, by the way. So, when you get like a devil card in a reading like this, it doesn't mean that everything is going to be terrible and toxic and, whatever. But it's just sticking out to me intuitively. So what I will say is like, with the devil and the Nine of Swords, there may be like, if it's not connected to a person, okay, like somebody you're in you have a personal relationship with, or if it's not connected to like a work scenario, this may indicate your habits, right? And your routines. As you see, the Nine of Swords person is kind of staying up late at night. They're having a nightmare. They're not getting sleep. They're worried about their future. Okay, so that's also a possibility I want to throw out there to you. Okay, and we'll get some more information on all of this when we clarify the cards. Okay. On a different level, I think that this is heavy on your mind, okay, whatever this is, with the either the relationship to, the interpersonal relationship or the work scenario here that you have. This is heavy on your mind. This is something that you are really putting a lot of energy and thought into, okay, and it's maybe even spilling over into some stress here with the Nine of Swords. Along with that, the reading starts to really pick up from here, which is the Knight of Pentacles as well. So the Knight of Pentacles, this can be an energy of results finally coming in. Okay, if you've worked hard towards something, or if there's something that you've been like, man, just diligently putting effort and time and energy into, The Knight of Pentacles says that you will finally, your hard work will finally pay off. You know, this is a good card of results, particularly in the financial areas of one's life. So I would expect some movement this month with a knight. You see the horse, right? Horse movement. And then the chariot here, you see the symbolism again, movement forward. And then this need to propel and to keep going forward here with the Nine of Wands and to cross the finish line. I do see that there is some movement here. I see that there's motion. I think things are falling into place for you for sure. And there's also certainly success here, not only with the chariot, but also in this final column. So let's get into that. You have the Eight of Swords, the Six of Wands, and the Star. So the Six of Wands is a card of success and victory, particularly over something difficult, right? Because presumably the card before that is the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is a conflict or a battle or a challenge, and this person has won. Okay, the Six of Wands person has won. So over that, right? And so this generally in your life, it does indicate some sort of victory or success here for you. I also want to throw this potential out for you. If you're still here and like kind of what I'm talking about is not resonating, there is a message here around being in front of people. Okay, Six of Wands, Star. These are two of my social media cards as I try to look at, you know, kind of like modern aspects of tarot. You know, these are two of my social media cards because the Six of Wands person is in a crowd. They're being paraded through the crowd. They're in front of people. And then the Star, it represents this idea of star power or being in the starlight. So for you, there may be something connected to social media here where you could actually find some success with the Chariot there as well. So I want to throw that out. And you may even, like, maybe you've had a channel and you're not getting growth or whatever, and the Knight of Pentacles says, here we go, boost of viewership or whatever, right? So this is a possible timeline for some people. It's not going to be for everyone, Aries, but it's possible here for you. Now, generally, I see some success here, especially in the day-to-day with the Four of Wands, the Chariot, and the Six of Wands. This middle column could be, or sorry, middle row could be your day-to-day. The Star represents wish fulfillment. It's tranquility. It's healing after something difficult. It's synchronicities. Being a star. All of these sorts of things. It's a very, very positive card. You always want to see the Star in a tarot reading. And then finally, you have the Eight of Swords, which, there is something that you feel like you can't get out of here with the Eight of Swords and the Devil and the Nine of Swords. I think it's representing, I think it's perhaps, how do I say this? Occupying a lot of mental space for you at the time, during some portion of this month with the Devil and the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Maybe it's just like, okay, no work-life balance, or you're just crushed by the weight of responsibility that you may have. I also think that this is connected to someone else here, or a habit or routine or a situation, if it's not directly a person, but something here is you want to get out from under it, okay? Is what it feels like. So why don't we go ahead and break this down even further. I'm going to go ahead and pull some oracle cards for you, and then we will get into the tarot clarifications, Aries. All right. All right, let's see what we have here. Energy on the bottom, you have intuition here. Okay, so intuition, listening to the voice of your soul, these sorts of things. The intuition card is the card of the High Priestess, okay? The High Priestess in this deck. It may also indicate that there's some hidden information here that's coming out. We'll try to get more confirmation on that. Okay, yeah, maybe you have deception and envy, okay, which is the Seven of Swords. Do not like this card, okay? Do not like this card, especially with the Devil. But it is what it is. We will try to give some guidance here. And then you have positive movement forward, which is a card I do love to see. That is the Eight of Pentacles, indicating high skill. But also, I said, this idea of momentum, movement, things pushing along. Here we are. You see the sailboat imagery here, positive movement forward with the Chariot, the Six of Wands, the Knight. I definitely see that happening for you. You have prosperity begins and solitude as well. Okay, that's nice. And then finally here, you do have the third eye chakra and wisdom. Okay, so this is very much in sync here with this intuition card, which was on the bottom. The third eye is your intuition center. It is your psychic center. You can think of it this way. The crown chakra, which is above the head is your spiritual receiving center, and the third eye chakra, which is below the crown, is the spiritual processing center. So the third eye is how you process spiritual information, okay? And anybody can have an open third eye. Anybody can be psychic, right? Everybody is psychic. We're all psychic. It's just a matter of developing the skill, just like going to the gym, right? So I do think with this, though, there is this idea here, intuition, third eye, wisdom. I do think that there is a message here around you getting some intuitive hit. You have some knowing here at this time, and you just have a feeling that something is the way it is, or someone is the way they are, especially with deception and envy here. Okay, let's go ahead and let's move forward here. Let's take a look at what's in the tarot cards for you. As always, Aries, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I do hope things are going well for you. All right, let's see here. You have the Five of Cups, Five of Wands, double fives, and the Wheel of Fortune. Amazing. This person is disappointed you here, this devil energy, okay? Something that you're disappointed by, this person or this work situation, whatever it is for you, okay? Attach the meaning to your conflict right now in life, which some of you you're going through right now, even if it's like an internal conflict or some sort of struggle that you're dealing with here. This is like really keeping you're upset, okay? You're upset by this, you are, based on this reading. It is absolutely showing up here. And with the Five of Wands, I like this because you have the Six of Wands in the final column here. Okay, you see the battle here in the Six of Wands triumphing over the battle. You have this also next to another victory card in the Chariot. So there is a question here around a person or a work situation, or even something connected to your stability. But you do have the reason I say stability is the Four of Wands can also be a card of stability. You do have how should I say this? You do have a feeling about, I guess you have some sort of like intuitive hit that there needs to be a conflict resolution here. This problem needs to be over. Okay, this needs to be solved. Okay, I think that's why you got the intuition, third eye, and wisdom card. Like there's a feeling that this needs to be resolved. Okay, especially with the Nine of Wands. It may take a little bit of time, but because I don't see a 10 right now, other than the Wheel of Fortune is not the 10 I'm looking for. I'm looking for a Minor Arcana 10 or a World card as well, maybe even a Fool. But the Wheel of Fortune is a very positive card. It does say that there could be some luck that is trying to find you in this situation. It's a nice card of luck and destiny and fate and fortune. Very positive card, but there's a window of opportunity that may be showing up for you to solve this. Okay, the window won't be there forever, but it is coming for you, so you'll want to take a look at that. You have the Seven of Wands, another 7 here. You have the Three of Pentacles, and the World. Okay, that is a card I'm looking for. Okay, so I like this. So this is why we clarify, right? So we didn't have a 10, right? We had double 9s. 9s can be two things. One, they can be that you're very close to completing, or they can refer to yourself. Okay, because I found that 9s are very much like a solo type of energy connected to you, or it could be that it can also suggest that you're at the edge, you're at the precipice of finishing something or closing something out. And the World is that completion. It is that successful completion of a cycle, It is something coming to a close. It is certainty as well in your situation. It's a very positive card. You have something nice aligning here. Wheel of Fortune, World, Star. You then also have that Chariot, which is in the middle, which is very important. And then the Three of Pentacles, this is your colleagues. This is why I'm saying, like, I don't even know if this is a romantic thing, right? Because did we even have any cups here? We have Four of Wands, Pentacles, Swords. Yeah. Actually, I just noted, we have one cup, right? That came in here in the clarifications, Five of Cups. You're emotionally maybe affected by this, but I don't even know if it's significant other, okay, or someone you're involved with, Three of Pentacles is the work situation, it's your colleagues. It does indicate good progress. I do firmly believe that there is positive movement forward, that there's progress being made in an area here for you that looks pretty good. But there's also like your relationship to another person, non-romantic relationship to another person here, is showing up as a challenge for you to handle in this month, okay? And maybe this is family as well. Like, this could also be family here, okay? This is not someone you are dating or you're married to, okay? You then have the Seven of Wands again. This is about standing your ground this month, You have the Two of Wands. You have there's a 10 as well, 10 of Cups, and the Strength card. All right, so 10, I like to see this for you. This is a card of family as well, okay? I would actually say that I like the way that this reading is closing out for you, okay? Here, 10 of Cups is sort of like happy ever after. It's kind of like happily ever after type of energy. There's a good ending for you. It's, all 10 cups overflowing. It's one of the happiest cards, most positive cards in the tarot. It can really signify like a perfect moment in time and a successful or happy completion to something as well in your situation. So I like this. You have the Two of Wands, which indicates great potential. I think the potential here lies in your ability to sort of get out of this situation that you're trapped in. Okay, this idea of entrapment here, there's potential available to you to work through that during this month, Aries, okay, with this Two of Wands. It says that there's maybe even at a fork in the road, here. Finally, with the Strength card, the Strength card, it represents willpower. It represents fortitude, the ability to overcome challenges and difficulty. It's a card you want to see in a reading like this because we have this resistance energy with the Nine of Wands, the Seven of Wands twice, like needing to stand your ground, needing to stand strong, to set boundaries. You have this sort of like resistance, hold the line type of energy here. And the Strength card is bolstering that, So I think that there's a real ability here for you to get what you want, really, for you to really get what you want, if that's something that's going on, and for this situation to kind of work for you. On the bottom, you do have the Page of Pentacles. This could be connected to some communication that's coming in, something along these lines. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Kipper cards. Okay, let's see what is in the Kipper energies for you here, Aries. All right. Let's see here. You have pathway, community, occupation, lovers, concern, and toil and labor. Pathway, community, occupation, lovers, concern, toil, and labor. Okay, yeah, I think that there's like some type of like work-life balance situation that's happening here with toil and labor and occupation. Nobody's questioning your work ethic, that's for sure. But it's possible that like outside of work, it's like you feel exhausted or you just feel like something else needs to kind of fall into place here. Something needs to change, okay? And it may all be stemming back to the amount that you are working. I believe the Knight that we got was the Knight of Pentacles, is that right? Yeah, it was. So Knight of Pentacles is one of the hard work cards in the tarot. So I feel like there's maybe even like a work-life balance issue that's coming up here for you during this time. The love situation's interesting with lovers and main male, okay? Courtship, there could be absolutely someone coming in here for the singles, or somebody trying to win you back, so to speak, courting you in some way here, for sure. That's very possible. So you do have change on the bottom here, okay, as well. So that's a card that I see when people are ready to move, but I didn't really get that in this reading. So this is where I'm going to leave you. I hope you have an amazing month of September. Thank you so much for being here, Aries. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.